So the first question is, you gave an example a few minutes ago. The question is, I am unclear about the process as it applied to the client who called you today. The certificate of commitment provided for 6 months of employment which expired today, or what?
Yeah, exactly. Because basically, once certificate expired, you cannot apply for work permit. The one of the grounding rules and founding principles of work permit application must be valid commitment certificate, and it's expiring today, so we cannot do all the work of preparing work permit because we have to go through employment portal and everything. I honestly tell people, no, we cannot proceed. It's over. It's done. It's like expiring today, and we cannot proceed. That's my approach to business. There is no point to mislead the client. Well, he will later apply for visitor visa, business visitor visa, visit the business, visit Canada, but not under the terms of work permit.
So another question is, I know this is a popular one. How can I represent a client under the startup visa program if I have never done one?
Oh, I think in our training materials in Ashton, we clearly identify that, and I think during study and licensing course, we always ask people to either refer to somebody who knows or ask for co-counseling. And I always practice, for example, not like I'm promoting this, gosh, we're busy, but I'm saying we always offer advisory, and people sometimes, lawyers and consultants, coming to me and asking for good session of advisory or whatever. At least take a look from another perspective, ask somebody who has experience, or refer to somebody. It's like if somebody talking about adoption to me, I say, well, no. And we both know mutual friends and lectures on this series of yours who actually experts in adoption. Of course, I will refer them to those experts. There is no point to be brave and risk everything, because it's quite significant. When 5 families chasing you, that's a lot. Okay, so how to approach that? I think first assess your ability, research the subject, take a consultation from experienced colleagues, and maybe have a good session of reviewing the file, or sometimes just go through file when file is ready, like second opinion. I call it second opinion review, but people can call it differently in different offices. We have quite resourceful team to help other clients, lawyers, whatever. Yeah, that's probably the best advice I can give.
Okay, so there's a follow-up question to the first question I asked you about the certificate of commitment. So the follow-up is, cannot proceed means the whole startup visa application is done with, or just that there would be no work permit until an answer to the startup visa application?
Of course not. No. I never said that. The PR application is ongoing. As long as you file for PR, for permanent residency, during validity of your certificate, you're good. You're fine. It's going by itself. We're talking about situation when people want to apply for work permit, and that must be done within validity of the certificate itself as well. And if you miss that time, then yes, you cannot apply for work permit after. It will be rejected because the ground is not there how you can actually apply. And people sometimes try, and I see clients coming and saying, oh, my consultant, my lawyer applied. I said, well, you probably got ripped off, but can I say that? Ethically not. I say, well, that was a wrong move. You shouldn't apply, because obviously it would be rejected. But you can apply for a visit, and yeah. But no, PR application goes forward. Yeah, absolutely. There is no influence.
Could you describe all of the steps of the application process?
Oh, actually, I think I have few slides dedicated to the process itself, actually next to the second section, part. Yeah, I think I did few slides just on the process itself. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got another question. How can my client get support from a designated organization?
Very good question. How? Well, by consolidating efforts with you as practitioner, or going directly, because I know some offices, they say, well, we'll serve your PR application, but to get support. It's your own business, and people try to approach them. Depends on how receptive the designated organization is. Some of them very tight and very I'm not saying word secretive, but you cannot just approach them because it doesn't matter how you try, you just cannot get through. And I observe experience like that. But in general, people willing to listen. So if all of them reject you, you know, the old saying goes, for example, if a man complains that all ladies rejecting him, probably the problem is not ladies, but the man, right? So let's take it seriously. If anyone rejects you, maybe your idea is not that good. And trust me, I have well, I don't like to use that word arrogant clients like that, or hope to be clients, because I reject them and then take them on service. Because they just say, well, they have to accept my application. They have to accept my idea. No, they don't. They have a selection right. It's their organization. It's their reputation. It's their status. Maybe they simply not into biotech, and your idea is in biotech. Or maybe it's so primitive that you have to fix it and do something else. So that's approach. So when you approach a designated organization, first of all, follow their rules. Follow their rules. You know, because if you come in and dictating and saying you have to, natural instinct of designated organizations to say no, thank you, no, thank you. Why? They have other people approaching them, just like venture capital firm. When we work and we had 500 applications a year, at least on average, of course we have a choice. And we, as far as I remember, we invested in probably like dozen. So the ratio is like 1 to 60. Why should I bother about this particular request if it's not high quality and owners or applicants arrogant? Of course not. So put your clients into position of polite, knowledgeable inquiry, and then proceed together if they retain you for that. That's my advice.